Hi teachers, in this training I am going to share with you the Standalone Equatio Mathspace. The really cool thing about this Mathspace is you can actually create custom assignments within the Mathspace, push these out to students via Google Classroom. Students can respond directly in the Mathspace and get the work back to you without having to go through some rigmarole of adding things into a Google Doc. So this may be an option if you really like what Mathspace has to offer. The first thing that you would need to do is go to equatio.texthelp.com. And then once you're there, it will actually pull all the Mathspaces that you have created in the past. You can clean things up and delete things. You can obviously notice that I've made a mess drawing lines and playing around with some other tools in Mathspace. So I'm going to go ahead and delete some stuff. I am not quite sure if you delete things here, what is the impact on the Mathspace that you might have created within a document. So keep that in mind before you go crazy deleting or archiving. We're going to click New Mathspace, and this is where you're going to first set up things for your students. And the really cool thing about Mathspaces in this capacity is you actually have multiple slides that you can create. So we're going to, I guess we need to get something on our first slide. We're going to add a problem here. Have them label the fractions, make that into text. Insert that. Okay, we want to label the fractions, and then we are going to get some fraction bars. I'm going to draw and just, oops. I'm going to copy paste this several times so then I don't have to draw new ones each time. And we'll go through and toggle this and change some of these things about it. So we'll make that 7 5/7. I want to do 5/5, and we'll make this one much easier. 2/4. Okay, so I'm going to have them label the fractions. Maybe on the next page, I want students, actually call this fraction activity while I'm here. And this time I want them to draw the fraction, of course. So we're going to insert that problem there. They will do that on their own. Okay, so once I have those things there and my activity is ready, I'm going to make sure that I save the activity so that it gets everything that I need. And then you should see a share button up in the upper right. And you have two different options. You can make a copy for each person where they each get a copy, but they don't necessarily have to do anything with it, or you can make a copy for each person and expect a response. This is the one you want to choose if you want to turn this into an assignment. And this is the one that with our premium access of Equatio, we get access to this. So we're going to click continue from here, and then they're going to give us a link. You can copy and paste this link technically anywhere you want to. If you already have a Google Classroom assignment started, and you have other things in it, I would suggest just copying and pasting the link into your Google Classroom assignment, or you can use the quick post button. But keep in mind, this is going to create another assignment. So we're going to go ahead and select our classroom. We're going to create an assignment. Let go. Fractions. Activity. So they are not actually going to be turning the Mathspace in through Classroom. They will turn the Mathspace in within the Mathspace, and then they'll need to mark the assignment as done. So once you have whatever it is you need, you will click Assign. And now we're going to take a look at the student perspective. So we're going to head into the student account. We're going to click on this fractions here, and here's my directions. I'm going to click on Equatio Mathspace. If I'm already signed in with Google, it might sign me in. If I'm not signed in with Google, I may need to click the Google sign in button. So now the student has access to each of these slides, and they would simply go in and add, 5/7, insert, drag my 5/7 here. 2/8. Drag my 2/8. 4/4. I don't want to replace. I don't want to be clicked on that. That was my big key. 4/4, insert. There's my 4/4. And then we are going to do the last one, which is 2/4. Oops. Created this. 2/4. Insert. Okay, so I've labeled my fractions here, and then I'm going to head over to the next page. You may want to move things around as the teacher, knowing that when they insert new things, a lot of times they go in the top left, just so that students don't have a hard time finding it. It says draw the fraction 2/4 and 2/5. So I am going to be drawing that. I want to draw with circles because that sounds way more fun. And then I'm going to drag up my tool here. I want to change this 2/4, 2/5. 2/4. And so on. So I'm going to add that there. I might need to shrink things so that they fit. Maybe I come in with my draw tool and I draw a line here. I'm going to change my line color. Oops. Not allowing me to change my line. So I, at the moment, am not having success with changing my line color. I'm pretty sure you could do that, but apparently I am missing that step. So needless to say, after I have created that as a student, then I click the paper airplane in the top corner. And it's as simple as that. Students share the work back with the teacher. Now let's go back over to that teacher dashboard and see what the teacher sees. So the teacher would need to navigate back to the Mathspace section, which should be open in a tab. They'll need to go back to that main page and select assignments. It will load assignments and it tells me, hey, I have one response to the assignment. It also gives me the link if I need that link. Now, I can click on this activity and it will take me into the student's response. It gives me the student name, which my test student's name is instructional technology, but you will normally see the student name here. And you will be able to click into it and see that student's response. Now, you do have the option, this is leave feedback for the student. You can turn off the feedback view, but if you turn on the feedback view, you can then leave feedback for the student. Go figure, now I get my green pen. This is horrendous feedback, but you get the point. Great job. Or maybe you have a fun sticker or something you want to, you can also use the Equatio toolbar to add text to there. Maybe I want to use my freehand drawing to draw a circle around it so they can see my feedback. And then after I'm done with this, I'm simply going to click the send back to student. Woohoo, you've responded to the student's assignment. Now, where does the student see that feedback? So let's flip back over to the student side of things. And we're going to pretend we've closed out of that. And if the student clicks back into the Equatio Mathspace, they now see that teacher feedback written right on their slides. So this is just yet another way that you can use Equatio, keeping in mind that students would need to know how to use these tools, but if they've learned how to use different aspects of the toolbar, you may find this easy for students to add a variety of things, share their work for you and with you, and then allow you to provide feedback, and all that can work easily through Google Classroom.